Some say Chinese is one of the most difficult languages in the world, and learning it is almost impossible.
So learning Chinese, the most difficult thing.
非常非常非常非常非常难.
So I'm sort of tone deaf. I can't really hear them.
I think the cultural mindset is the biggest complication for
The
us.
grammar.
知吃思诗都还难
It's just complicated so much.
Only because you're not learning it in the right way. Why not try Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Yang Honglin with Mr. Tony Reid, the horror lover here in the studio.
The horror lover, right?
Horror lover, yes. I'm trying really hard.
Just making sure. Yes, I'm a huge fan of the genre, and I'm hoping to incorporate that into my downtime.
Ooh.
Other than just watching movies, it's going to be kind of cool to do one of those haunted walkthroughs.
Oh, I have tried it once.
Yeah. In the U.S., around Halloween, they have a lot of them all over the place.
I was not a huge fan. I was in Ireland. We went on a certain haunted house trip.
Okay, cool.
It was cold. It was during the winter, and it's very, very windy. And we were wearing a lot of, coat and stuff.
Okay.
And we were climbing this little hill, and it was muddy, it was arduous, it was really, really dark to the point that we had to turn on the light on our cell phones to use it as a torch, making sure that we, were not going to fall off the hill. And cold and drizzling, it was not a fun experience. And on the top of the mountain, we saw this really shady castle. I think it was the remaining of the castle. There were only these walls, these broken walls. The walls were made of stones, but they were just really broken, and I think some rooms didn't even have roofs. There were still a lot of steps, but some steps are like traps. You could fall, and I didn't really enjoy it.
You're doing a really good job of painting the imagery of this trip that you went on in Ireland, this deserted castle. Did you actually go in?
Yes, we went in.
Oh my goodness.
And we saw some remainings of the so-called dukes and their family member.
Okay.
The stuff that they used to use.
Right, okay. So like the deceased family members and all of that.
Yeah, it was.
And their spirits are still into that castle, right?
I had a problem with that trip. Well, mainly because it was cold and not fun, but mostly because I think the story is just not completed. Mm-hmm. It's not thrilling enough. Mm-hmm. And also the atmosphere is a little bit too premature. I know they're trying to give me a sense that this is what really happened. Mm-hmm. It is the authentic story. But I feel like I'm more of a novel fan. If you are giving me a really good story with really good, plots and stuff, maybe I will even enjoy it a little more, knowing it's not real.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess...
Pick your side. Which one would you like more?
I like the realism, even though it's not all, clever as if a novel or something that's written for a film, if it's just the way that it actually went down, but the remnants of the place, the atmosphere is still a bit, like you said, shady or a little bit dark and dilapidated. Mm-hmm. I think just the environment itself could serve as a thrilling experience.
I'm glad to know, because today I'm recommending you the other kind that we talked about. That is a really good story with people wearing makeup and dress up like ghosts or sometimes zombies and give you a whole horror movie experience.
Oh boy, those can be really terrifying actually. Even though you know it's fake, when you get in there, your mind just goes into this mode and you start freaking out.
Exactly. today we are talking about escape rooms, 密室逃脱.
Haven't done one yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think after you personally experience 密室逃脱, the escape rooms, you would be in a better place to make the choice between a really good fake story and a not completed real story. All right, so for our dear listeners, if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway. 最近密室逃脱很火，一些热门密室甚至要提前2-3周预约，我们也去体验一下吧。我不理解为什么有人喜欢这个游戏，要被关在小黑屋里2-3个小时，找线索，解谜题，多累啊！但是逃出来很有成就感啊，而且专心致志的逃脱，也会忘记生活的烦恼，非常解压。那好吧，不过我绝对不玩恐怖主题，我害怕。
That sounds like somebody trying to convince someone else, a chicken, to go and do something, and they most likely won't do it.
Oh, you don't call them a chicken.
They're a chicken.
I mean, I get the fun of being scared a little bit, but I also understand for some people they just really cannot handle it. So don't force them.
Right. I'm not saying I would force anyone. I'm just saying that it's a task that's pointless because they're just not going to do it. They'll tell you to your face, "Oh yeah, that sounds good. Maybe I'll try," and then they'll flake on you.
Well, for the first sentence, 最近密室逃脱很火.
This is recently escape rooms are very popular. So, 最近 this is recently.
Yep.
密室逃脱.
密室逃脱.
This is escape room.
Escape room. Actually, 密 carries the meaning of secret, and 室 is a room. So 密室 would be a room full of secrets. Okay. And you can see the character 室 in other words as well. For example, 教室 classroom, or 办公室 office. So 办公 is like doing work. So the room where you do your work would be a 办公室. So previously, actually, we learned about 房间. That is also a room. But 房间 is more like a word or a two-syllable word directly for room. Whereas if you're talking about a specific room, you want to use the character 室.
Okay.
So 密室 secret room, and 逃脱 means to escape.
All right. So we have 最近密室逃脱. So this is recently escape rooms 很火.
火.
So 很 is very, and then 火, I think that's fire, right?
Yeah,
it's
it's
another way of saying
fire.
That's like that. These escape rooms are fire. In English, we also say that too, or that's really good.
Yes, it's really popular. It's
hot.
It's hot.
Yeah.
一些热门密室甚至要提前2-3周预约。
So this is some popular secret rooms even need to be booked 2 or 3 weeks in advance.
That's actually the true situation here in China.
Wow. Okay. So 一些.
一些.
So this is
some.
All right. 热门.
热门.
Ugh, the R sound. That's popular, right?
It's popular. Literally, it's hot door. So you can choose. There are many doors, and the ones that are hot means that the ones that are popular. So 热门.
Oh, okay. So we got hot here again. Okay, got it.
Yes. So I want to ask, do you know what 冷门 is? Or take a guess.
Well, 冷 means cold, and 门, so I think that's a cold door, isn't
Cold
it?
door.
And so if 热门 is popular, then would 冷门 be like not popular?
It means a niche. A niche, let's say hobby. So it's not saying it's not popular, but
not
it's
for
saying
everyone.
it's not for the majority.
Yeah.
It's for a small group of people.
It's an acquired taste.
Yes, and it can sometimes also mean something unexpected happened. So if you say 爆冷门, it means we didn't expect this black horse kind of player to win the game. So that is a 冷门的情况. It's a very special situation, unexpected situation.
Okay.
So 冷门. 热门 here popular. 热门密室 popular escape rooms. 甚至
Shenzhi, this is even.
yes,
And then yao.
have to.
Have to. Ti qian.
提前
This is like in advance, right? Liang san zhou. So this is liang is 2, san is 3.
yes.
And then zhou is week, right? And then yu yue. So this is yu yue is to make an appointment.
Yes. 我们也去体验一下吧
And let's go and experience it. Let's do it. So woman is we. Yeah. So this is like also.
Yes.
Chu, this is go. Tian,
体验
this is experience.
Yes.
And then Yixia,
A little bit.
a little bit. Okay. So let's check it out a little bit. So then you have Tian, right? This is experience.
Yes.
So then if you don't have experience doing something, for example, if someone was to ask me, do you have any escape room experience? Can you say, 我没有体验?
Actually, you can say 我没有体验过 I haven't tried it. But you can also say 我没有这方面的经验 I don't have experience in this aspect. Because I feel like for escape rooms, yes, you can use 体验 because it's a specific item. It's a little bit like a new equipment in a gym. So if someone is introducing you to a new machine in a gym, they want you to try a brand new treadmill or something fancy that will help you work out some muscle you've never felt before. They would say 体验一下. Come onto the machine and experience it. So it's about one item. But if you're talking about experiencing something that is much more abstract, like, for example, exercising or boxing or learning a language
Or dating.
or dating, you would say 没有经验.
经验.
经验, that is the area or situation where you use the word 经验 instead of 体验.
Okay.
我不理解为什么有人喜欢这个游戏.
So this is, I don't understand why anyone likes this game. It's a very realistic response there. So 我不理解, right? So I, and then 不理解, so I don't understand.
I don't understand. This is very popular nowadays in Chinese social media. If somebody does something that is just bizarre, people would say 我不理解. I don't understand. It's almost a term.
Okay. 为什么? This is why. 有人, so this is like, looks like have people or
Yeah.
anyone.
It's like saying there are people.
Yeah.
So the world have people that.
Yeah. 喜欢, so like. 这个, so this. 游戏, so 游戏, this is like a game, right?
Yes. 我不理解为什么有人喜欢这个游戏. You can say 我不理解为什么 plus the things that you don't understand, like in the sentence. 要被关在小黑屋里2-3个小时，找线索，解谜题，多累呀。
How tiring would it be to be locked up into a small, dark room for 2 or 3 hours looking for clues and solving puzzles?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, 要被关.
Yes.
Right?
要 is have to or will in this sense. 被关在 is like be locked up.
Locked up.
Yes.
Right? 在, so this is like
At.
小黑屋.
小黑屋
Small, dark. Wu here, is this room?
It's room, yes.
So, 小黑室, can we say that too? Or
That's the thing. 小黑屋 is kind of like a set term.
okay.
小黑屋 is a little dark room. So 关小黑屋 be locked in a dark room. I think perhaps for people from the previous generation, if their kid make mistake, they would lock them up in a small dark room and have them, think about what you
Wow.
did. I'm not really sure. I haven't experienced that, but 关小黑屋 is definitely a thing.
Okay. So 小黑屋里两三个
So
right?
里 is inside.
Inside and then
两三个
两三个 this is 2 or 3.
小时
小时 is hours. And then 找线索
找线索
So this is finding clues.
Yes.
Yeah. And then 解谜题
解谜题 Yes.
So this is to solve like riddles or puzzles.
So 解 is to 解开 to solve, and 谜题 is riddles and puzzles.
Okay.
多累呀
多累 so like very tiring.
Very
right?
tiring. So this person is really not a fan of these kind of games. But we're still trying to convince. 但是逃出来很有成就感啊
But it's a great sense of accomplishment to escape,
Yes.
providing that you do escape, right? Yeah. So 但是 is but 逃 Yeah. So 逃 here I would imagine means escape.
Yes.
And then 出来
出来
So
Get out.
Get out. And then 很 is very 有 have 成就感
成就感
And this is a feeling of accomplishment, right?
Yes, 成就感。而且专心致志的逃脱也会忘记生活的烦恼，非常解压。
So this is and concentrate on the escape. We'll also forget the troubles of everyday life and stress,
Yes.
right? So this is a way to kind of escape from the normal world,
Yes.
what you're dealing with in life. So 而且 so this is and 专心致志
专心致志
So
This is an idiom.
Yeah, concentrate or focus on something. right?
Focus on something. 专心致志 So 专 is 专门 special or specific. 心 is heart. So use your heart for a specific situation. 致志 is like use your mind for this. So concentrate your heart and mind in this specific task. 专心致志 concentrate on.
All right. And
逃
then
脱
the 逃脱
That's the escape we
That's
talked about.
escape, yes. Yeah, so also 会
Will or would.
or would, right? 忘记
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 忘
Okay,
记
this is forget.
Forget.
Oh, because if I say I forgot, it's 忘了 right?
忘了 Right.
And then 生活 So 生活 is life. The 烦恼
烦恼
So 烦恼 this is a trouble.
Yes, so 生活的烦恼 also a
So life's troubles.
I think it's a very common correlation 生活的烦恼 the troubles in life it's suggesting that these troubles are relatively minor relatively day in and day out things that trouble you a little bit but they are trivia things in life 生活的烦恼
Okay. So 非常
Very
解压
解压
So this is like liberating. So very liberating. Very, it makes you feel,
stress relief
yeah, liberating.
liberating
Right.
解压 So that's the reason and I would consider our friend is somehow convinced 那好吧不过我绝对不玩恐怖主题我害怕
Doesn't sound very convinced to me. She's, all right, but I definitely don't play horror themes. I'm scared. So, 那好吧 So then, okay. 不过 So 不过 I think this is but. Another way to say but, huh?
Yes
All right. 我绝对
I
So I and then 绝对
绝对
So this is absolutely.
absolutely definitely
不玩 So don't play, yeah? 恐怖
恐怖
恐怖 So 恐怖 this is a horror, the
Yes.
genre, right?
Yes
主题 This is like theme or genre, right?
theme yes 主题 is theme
And then 我害怕 So I'm 害怕 is afraid. Yeah?
I'm afraid yes
害怕吗
Are you afraid? Yes, that's the conversation. I think there are a lot of phrases that can be used to describe escape rooms. There are also some key things, key tasks when you play. That is to 找线索解谜题, looking for clues and solving the problem so that you can escape the escape room. Before having a deeper discussion about what these escape rooms are about, let's try the conversation.
Yeah, we can try it.
How about I try to convince you?
Sure.
最近密室逃脱很火，一些热门密室甚至要提前2-3周预约，我们也去体验一下吧。
我不理解为什么有人喜欢这个游戏。要被关在小黑屋里2-3个小时，找线索解谜题多了呀。
但是逃出来很有成就感啊，而且专心致志的逃脱也会忘记生活的烦恼，非常解压。
那好吧，不过我绝对不玩恐怖主题，我害怕。
That's really not you, but nice job reading the conversation. You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niuniu and Tony. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts via email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, let's learn about the different types of escape rooms and why people are so crazy about them now. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niuniu, joined by Tony. So Tony, even though you have never experienced the escape rooms before, 你没有体验过密室逃脱, can you imagine why people are so crazy about them?
Sure. I mean, I've been through haunted walkthroughs. Even here in Beijing, I went through a haunted walkthrough.
Oh, really? There are haunted walkthroughs in Beijing?
Oh, yes. Yes, there was one where it kind of felt like an escape room because there was a story and a theme.
Ooh.
And then you walk through it and all of this stuff was around you and people would creep out and jump.
Oh, yeah, that kind. I've tried that kind.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm interested in that. I think it's fun. As long as I have like earplugs in my ears. It's kind of sounded like my little secret, you know?
I think that is because you look for the thrilling excitement. In Chinese, we say 惊险刺激.
惊险刺激.
Yeah, that means it's thrilling. It's 刺激 is kind of like stimulus. You are looking for that kind of stimulus. 惊险刺激. I understand that. I've tried that myself, but I don't like people touching me. I mean, they are really delicate staff. They work for the haunted house and they try really hard to scare you, but they sometimes grab my ankle or touch my hair. It's creepy. I don't like that.
They don't normally, I think that's one of the rules, that they're not supposed to touch you. Because if they do touch you, then it could drive people to react. And sometimes people might react and attack them back, and then that would not be good for the establishment. So at least back home, they don't touch you. They get really close, but they don't touch you.
I think when I was a kid, like a really little girl, the rules were not that strict yet or not that mature yet. So yeah, or maybe I was just imagining things. I mean, I was a little girl. Anyway, 惊险刺激. Yes, I get that. That might be one reason. And I think another one would be, in Chinese, we have a word, 烧脑.
烧脑.
Yes. 烧 means to burn, and 脑 is your brain.
Burn your brain. That doesn't sound good at all.
No?
Sounds like it fits horror exactly.
But it's not what it means. It actually means that you're thinking too hard. You're using your brain too hard. And your brain, like a computer, would get heat up. Yes, too much. So 烧脑. For a lot of these escape rooms, the reason that personally I enjoy them a lot is because they would provide you with a background story and you would have to look for clues in the room. Maybe behind a picture hanging up on the wall, there will be a certain clue telling you that you should move the, 13th book on the second shelf of the bookshelf, and if you touch it, something would click and a secret door would suddenly open. That is really fun, and being able to figure out what the clues actually suggest is a little bit, 烧脑, burning brain, but if and after you solve it, it's really fun. It's a sense of accomplishment.
I bet it is. It sounds exciting to me. As long as you don't have any fear of getting injured or, creatures coming out, zombies and all that kind of stuff. If it's just, progressing to the next room, I think that's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool. And also, Another thing I didn't anticipate is that nowadays a lot of young kids, the Gen Zers, they would like to play these games with complete strangers. In their same age group, of course, but they would meet new people. And for a lot of escape rooms, they need cooperation to actually, like you said, progress to the next room. You need to, for example, touch something
at the same time. And you can't do it by yourself, so you have to rely on other people to help you.
Yeah. And
so
also,
you guys are doing a project kind of together. You're forced to work together, and so you kind of bond in this process.
And it's very fun that sometimes, if you know each other, of course, it's relatively easier. But if you don't know each other, you need to convince each other to try find the clues in your way and try focusing on this aspect of the story together before trying other, paths to actually solve the mysteries. It can be a very socializing kind of event as well.
Sure. Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty exciting.
So
I'll have to do it.
People would say 密室逃脱也有社交属性, so it has a character of social.
It has a social element, huh?
Social element. You'll be able to socialize with people that are, at least with the same interest of yours, that is to escape these rooms. And perhaps if at a certain moment you guys just click, you are thinking about the same thing simultaneously, and you shout out the answer to the riddle. That's just romantic even.
Oh boy, I knew it was going that way.
Still, that's very cool. And I have to tell you, there are different types of escape rooms. Of course, there are the scary ones with the staff, all dressed up and everything. But there are really cute ones. I myself have played a Super Mario themed escape room.
That seems like that would be kind of cool.
It's really cool. And you do have to use this little mushroom to click on the brake 3 times so that something would pop out. I mean, that's part of the game. And it has something to do with the background story as well, since, mushroom, break, and click, something like that. And I think with a certain understanding about the original story would even provide you with more fun.
Sure. Again, I think it's really cool. It's kind of like role playing, but of course they have the environment to go with it, and it's a great way to meet new people. It's a great way to have that sense of thrill in your life. And I mean, I haven't done it, so for me, I think that is kind of exciting, at least at this point anyway.
Yes. So for this 充满了惊喜和挑战的游戏, 惊喜 being surprise, 挑战 being challenging, for the game that is full of surprises and challenging moments, hopefully you guys would be able to enjoy it. 密室逃脱. Let us know if you have ever tried escape rooms and what you feel or think in the comment area. As always, we would love for you to give us a 5-star rating. Please do that and leave some comments as well. Thank you guys so much. And that brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. For more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at radio.cgtn.com and go to the column Podcast.
You can also listen to the show and read the script there. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, including Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and much more. Just search for Takeaway Chinese. And don't forget to leave your comments, ratings, and questions.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.
再见.